time wage versus value mentality. And time wage, we stop ourselves in this time wage thinking so frequently. And we don't connect with the value proposition piece. And it doesn't, we don't know how to value ourselves. And when we can't hold our value, we don't tend to, I hate using the word attract, but we don't tend to be ready. That's the words. We're not ready to see ourselves as somebody who gives value. That's how come with Davina, I wanted her to be able to refer somebody to me, well, not necessarily me, somebody that has value that can give something away. And I and just so that they can perceive this person helped me and gave me value by connecting me with Blair, or this person, connected me with EMP, or this person connected me with something else that's a value that you personally believe in. And when that happens and you connect that way, it can change your life and somebody else's life, because it causes you to see yourself as a value provider. You are giving value to somebody else. And that value basis takes you out from being a taker to a giver. And most people, like Davina, is definitely a giver, but doesn't value what she's giving. So it's hard for her to create those things and believe in it, that it's her piece is of high value. She can say that it's of high value, but it's not going to be congruent until she believes it. And it's not going to be there. And so many, even millionaires that I see, hold themselves back from breaking through that ceiling and breaking into becoming a multimillionaire. Only because, they can get 1 to 2 million, but breaking 10, that's tough for a lot of people. Mentally, it's very, very, very challenging. And it's a big deal for people. Oh, thank you, John. Yeah, John said, I got the course last Tuesday. It's a big resource. It is. It's a big, huge resource pit of knowledge. There's 63 mind models in there, and 30 of them are on video, and there's 15 hours of this mug dealing with people like, well, not in this scenario. I actually bring people up on the stage and profile them and then work on specific mind models. So what I'm doing is selecting people from the audience, but I'm hearing them chat briefly to me and picking people who have a high probability of having the mind model that I wanted to work on and working on with them on stage. And then picking 3 to 5 people from the audience so that you get 3 to 5 different views of how people are using the mind model. It's not just one view that you're getting here. Like I'm doing the best I can, but I can only show you with one person how they're using that mind model and how it's holding them stuck. But there, it's 3 to 5 different ways of you actually seeing somebody take on that mind model and use it for themselves. And that's big. And there are exercises and whatnot in that whole area. It's a big deal. So it's like John said, it's a really, really big resource. And it's from an Elevation. Will I be teaching us at the Elevation workshops? No, I won't be. I am a student in that business. I am helping and assisting them, but I'm not training them. I will train the facilitators and the mentors in these skills so that I can get the whole company better and going in a direction. But no, it's that's not it. And some of the coaches as well I'll be working with. But it's really it just would take forever to try and do that again there. Because basically what I did is, I know you guys know of Mike Dillard. He was one of the people that Tim Irway partnered with initially early on. Well, Tim was doing his own thing, and You heard the story. Anyway, bottom line is, when Mike left, I worked with TJ to make sure that this thing kept going and whatnot, and it morphed into EMP as a result of that at the end of the journey, or start of a new journey, actually, end of an old one, start of a new one. And it was at Elevation Group that Mike went to. I wound up meeting him, and I helped him out at a friend of mine's birthday party in Costa Rica. We were all down in Costa Rica, Darren's birthday party, and helped him out. And he said, Blair, come on my stage. I'll give you my stage. And he gave me my stage, his stage, for 3 days. So I have literally 15 hours of training over 3 days that got compressed into 15 hours. It's actually 24 hours of video that got compressed into 15. So anyway, so it's in depth. You won't find it anyplace else. And I think you find that you guys are finding the mind models are pretty unique out there and don't exist in any other way. And I hope you guys are finding that there is a real difference between mindset and mind models. And if you're making comments, on my page, if anybody would care to comment on the difference between mindset and mind models, I'd super appreciate that, because this is all based on research that was done, years ago, over 35 years ago, actually over 40 years ago, and in Canada, but it was done out there to define coping, problem solving, and success skills. And it was done by the government of Canada at the cost of $42 million and 5 years of training. And they found these 362 coping, problem solving, and success skills. And I found when I started Life Skills Colleges training those, that there were some gaps in those skill sets, and they are skill sets, but they had one thing down that I must give them full credit for, and that was identifiable, repeatable, and duplicatable. Those were 3 criteria that the team of scientists, of behavioral scientists, had as their core piece. Everything that they did had to be identifiable, repeatable, and duplicatable. And when I found the gaps that I did in life skills, there was nothing that was bad about it, nothing at all. But there were just pieces when we're working. It was not designed to work with mental health people. And we were doing over 800 people at our peak were potentially suicidal every night. We had students of about 1,000 in all of our campuses, and we had 800 of them potentially suicidal. So we had to break it down and figure out what actually works, what is identifiable, repeatable, and duplicatable. And that is where the birth of all of these mind models came from, and blending them with some of the basic coping skills that people have and needed. But most people have the coping skills, just people that have mental health or psychiatric problems and severe social problems, socialization problems and whatnot, they're going to be lacking some fundamental life skills. But so that's where all of this comes from. So it's based on good, hard science, good, hard research, and $42 million worth of money to figure that stuff out. So that's where it all started from, and we took it from there, and I did 17 and a half years more of research on it at Life Skills Colleges to work out all the other pieces that I needed to and generate what I, again, had to move forward. So that's the background. That's the story here, just checking my notes. And I finally got my notes in, Trevor.
That's awesome.
Wanted to do it at the start, but got it done by the end. Anyway, and it's just slightly, well, it's quarter to the hour roughly, 8:48 here in Mountain Time, and 48, 12, 13 minutes to the top of the hour here. So maybe what we should do is wrap it up before we actually break a 2-hour mark again. And I super appreciate everybody staying on. and to the end here. So appreciate that a ton. Anyway, guys, Trevor, any closing words, parting shots? We do have a question down here. Marilyn
I didn't notice that.
wants a link to share with people to join these weekly webinars.
Oh, okay. So, I'll send that. It's just rewiringthemind.com/weekly webinar. I'll post that just in a moment here. Yeah, so that link that I just sent in the chat, I'll also send it to you directly. That link just redirects people to the webinar registration page, and then they're in for every week as long as they stay registered. So sorry, I didn't notice that earlier. And the only other thing I'd mention, I did post it in there while Blair was talking about it, but if you are interested in that program that Blair was talking about with the 15 hours of recorded sessions with Mike Dillard's group, as well as a workbook with over 63 mind models in it, you can go and purchase that program at the link I posted just a little while ago, which is rewiringthemind.com/NES is what we still have in there. So you can check it out there and purchase it there. It's $500 and you'll get full access.
$497, great deal. Sorry, $497. It's a deal. $3 off 500. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, that was it for me. Anything else you wanted to add, Blair?
No. Just again, thanks for everybody. Really looking to help as many people as I can. If you guys can help me by getting the word out, sharing this, encouraging people to show up, join the conversation in our group, Facebook group. Would super appreciate all of that. I know it's early days, but you guys are at the vanguard of a new, creating a new momentum, a shift, a whole movement out there of getting people into mind models. So if you think that this was effective, please share this and talk to people about mind models. And you've got a place to have them come to check it out. And if they think it's crap, that's fine. But, I generally help way more than many people think that this is effective. So, yeah, anyway, you guys are the determining factor. Just let me know. Okay. Thanks again. And you guys take care. And thanks so much, Trevor, for all your assistance this time. It's remarkably less stressful doing it with the two of us than me trying to do it all.
I'm glad to help.
And yeah, so super. Okay.
All right. See you guys.
Yeah. Take care. Bye for now.